Hello, and good evening, everybody, or anybody. My name is John. Welcome to the Old Folks Boogie 2 channel, and this is my 15 minutes, um, episode number 74. Episode 74. So, this is the 74th day of the year, 2020. That would be March the 14th, 2020. And again, this is episode 74 of my 15 minutes. It's a daily thing I do where I just talk about whatever I feel like. Going to try and do it for 366 times this year. Try and get 366 episodes in. Tonight, I wasn't even sure I wanted to sit down and chat. To be truthful, this coronavirus thing has got me completely bamboozled. Well, hi, little Dolly Burton is here. Hi, Dolly. Hi, Dolly. Dolly Burton, one of our kitties. Although we've met before, she doesn't want to be on camera. I reached down to even pet her, took off like a scalded rabbit, or scalded hound. Actually, I'm not sure what a scalded rabbit, but a scalded hound. This is a Sheldon moment, right? This is from The Big Bang Theory, in case you don't know. This is the educational moment, because I just thought of this, a scalded hound. That comes from I think this is true. I'm not sure, but I think it used to be when dogs were allowed to roam free. Sometimes you'd find dogs mating in your front yard. And once they start, they don't like to stop. So the woman of the household would normally, I don't know if this is true, but I think the story is that the woman of the house would go in and they always had boiling water on the stove. And in old times, if they had someplace to keep water boiling, they always had hot water. Always had, go get a bucket of hot water and throw it on the hounds. So that's where they get scalded from the hot water. And then they didn't mate anymore. They stopped doing whatever they were doing. Now, it may not have been just mating either. It could be, maybe hounds were fighting in the front yard. But dogs used to run loose, and nobody kept them in the house. Nobody kept them pinned. They were, just part of the running, just part of the way the culture was, part of the lifestyle of people at one time. Now, I don't purport this to be true or anything else. I have no idea. It's just a funny thought that came to me that I seem to remember from somewhere, that having that same story about scalded hounds given to me at some point. Don't know. Maybe I made it up on the spot. I don't know. It just came full blown into my head when I said scalded rabbit and then changed it. It's a very strange. Who knows? Maybe the coronavirus is making me loopy. I'm telling you what, it's getting me damn sick of watching TV. I mean, they had news conferences today. I guess they're trying to get people to calm down. And I hope it happens soon. Because it doesn't seem like people want to calm down. I mean, I don't know. It's just a very, very, I'm not calm at all. I'm not going out and streaming into grocery stores and stocking up on everything I can get my hands on. Ooh. Excuse me, I did not mean to yawn. That wasn't something I wanted to do. But I did want to continue on with a little bit of our discussion that we had last night regarding my new hobby of clocks. Quartz clocks in particular, little unusual quartz clocks. And I brought a couple examples from my shelf. And some you may have seen on the earlier broadcasts when I was in front of my computer system, and the camera was back far enough where you could see some of the clocks on the top shelf, and most of those are still there. I didn't take any examples down of those, but I did bring a couple other examples of clocks that I really found unique, useful. Well, I mean, clocks are always useful. You can tell what time it is. But these are clocks that I think are really pretty unique, but it only costs a couple dollars or $3 or something to get and refurbish. And I wouldn't call it really refurbishing, but I do clean up and do other work to make them look as pretty as they possibly can. So, for instance, we talked about a pocket watch last night on the broadcast of one of the clocks in a pocket watch shape. Now, I want you to look at this one. This is, of course, a made in China piece. But it's pretty cool. I mean, it's large. It's maybe maybe almost 5 inches from the top of the ring to the bottom. What's really unique about this, and probably the only reason I bought it, besides the fact that it's cute, and it's got some patina on it, which I did not clean up. Didn't feel like cleaning it up. I don't think it looks that good with it cleaned up, because here it comes with a little stand that has the same type of patina on it, and I don't like that. But anyway, it sits like this, right on the little stand, and then it sits on your desk. It's a desk clock, but so it sits on the stand like that. I think that's pretty cute. I just think I thought it was just too unique. I think it was $3 or $4 or something at one of the thrift stores. Just cute. I mean, it does come apart. The back comes off, so you can, put the battery in, and I did take it apart. Oh no, the back doesn't come. This slides out. That's it. No, that's one shell. This is, and then this is the clock part. And it just slides back together. Now you do want to slide it in the correct manner, so you do want the 12 at the top. Yeah. But I just liked it. I just thought it was really unique. I think it'll sell pretty quickly once we start working outside. Now, here's another example of a pocket watch that I got for a few bucks. This one actually tends to even look more like a pocket watch, except again, it's not as big as that other one that I just showed you, but it's pretty big. And the way you get this one apart is the same way. This part pops out, but you have to actually use like a Bic pen or something, and you stick it in this hole and you push, and that helps remove it, because I've tried to get my fingernail behind it and I just can't even do it. But then I got it like this. It was only a couple dollars and it wasn't running. But I've got it running, and I do all of them. If they don't run, I don't even display them. But then I found this for a couple dollars later. So then they go together. So now I have a stand for the watch, which makes it, viable. Who wants a pocket watch? It has to just lay down on the table. But I thought this was pretty cool. And I liked it. I just think it's really unique. And I think it'll sell too eventually. All of it will. Of course, it may be that when I'm dead, that's when it all sells. Who knows? Now, we talked about floating clocks last night. I have a couple of these. This is a crystal floater. This is, where the clock is inset in a big piece of glass or crystal. And again, it doesn't say on here. I'm assuming it's crystal. It's very pretty. I have two of these. I have this one, which is 6-sided, right? Yeah, 6-sided. And then I have one that's more square. So, but the way they float, the way the clock floats in the housing, just I really love. I just like the way they look, and again, cheap. I mean, I'm not paying more than $3 or $4, $5 for any of this. I don't buy them if they're expensive. Somebody puts $15 on this, it sits on a shelf. But when you see it in a thrift store and it's $3 or $4 or something like that, it may not be running. But if you look at it and you look in the back and you Like this one comes apart pretty easily. So it slides out like that, right? Slides out of the case, and then you can just take off the back, and that's all it is. You can, if you carry around a AA battery or AAA, some take AAAs. You can carry around, button batteries too, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. But if you carry a AA battery around, for the most part, you'll be good. In some places, some of the thrift stores actually have batteries on in their drawer somewhere, and they let you use them to test. And that's one. But this, and then I showed you the other floating clock last night. But this is one of my favorites. This is just an absolute gorgeous floater. This is a Seth Thomas. It is just a gorgeous clock. Keeps beautiful time. They're all quartz, of course. This is, by the way, this is made in Germany, and so was that other one. The other one was a Steiger, and they watches clocks. They do a lot of that. The other square floater, the crystal floater that I was telling you about, is also a Steiger. But this is a Seth Thomas quartz. It's fully realized. Has a beautiful cover on the back. It's just a stunning piece. It really is. And this one, we talked about it coming apart. This one, you remove the felt bases. Oh, these are new felt. This is something I put on. But whatever was on there before, I scraped off. And there's a couple screw holes, and you can then take it apart. And then this all comes apart, and everything slides out of the primary housing real easily. And I cleaned it all up and made it look real pretty again. And so it is. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous clock. I can't tell you how much I admire this thing just sitting out there. And again, this is under $5. But they also don't look as good. One of the things about thrift stores, and the thing that I guess it's a matter of volume, because they don't clean them. Whatever they get from wherever the donation comes from, they put it out that way. I mean, they may test them occasionally, and then they'll mark them tested. They'll stick their own battery in them and mark them tested, and if they are marked tested, then I don't worry about it myself. I just buy it if I think the price is right. But a lot of them are not tested, so you have to be a little careful. But I'm telling you, it's amazing. I mean, look at this. This one's even got a full sticker on the bottom. I mean, that is amazing in itself. If that's legible or not. Seems to be, yeah. But yeah, I mean, think about it. That's a gorgeous little clock. I truthfully, if I had it on a retail table, this is $20. I'm sure that's what I would charge for it anyway. I mean, I don't know what anybody would pay for it, but I'd put $20 or maybe more on it. I love this little clock. I'm not sure I'll sell it, but I probably will. There's more. Like I showed you that bullet yesterday. I just got that the other day, and beautiful. Beautiful. So there's always another one around the corner. And again, I've got a bunch more on display over here. I've got a couple over there. I've got, I got clocks. I got them out in the storage trailer outside. I got more that I haven't seen since last year, since I packed them up and put them away. But yeah, well, that's just some of the examples I said I'd talk about now that. But and that's it for that discussion. Tonight's almost over. My 15 minutes here. I don't know what to say anymore about the coronavirus. It's got me a little baffled, a little worried, and I can't understand why people are reacting the way they are. Again, actually, one of the guys, Bucks County Health Department here in Pennsylvania guy, made a statement today, and he said he wanted to put things in perspective. And he said in the state of Washington, they've had, I don't remember what the number death, 35 deaths. Let's just do that. It's just a number I'm throwing out there. I don't know what's real or what's not, but he said 35 deaths as of today. But in the same period of time, they've had 50 deaths, or 70 deaths, I'm sorry, 70 deaths by flu. In other words, there were twice as many deaths by regular flu as there were by coronavirus. And he says that's putting it in perspective. He said, it's just, it's certainly a deadly virus, and he probably is going to get in trouble for that. My guess is somebody's going to call him on the carpet for even comparing him, because that tends to, bring down the excitement, and I don't think they want it brought down. Oh, geez. Wow, we're way over time tonight. So we're going to close it up, say goodnight, take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and be kind. Thank you. Good night.